Franko Simatovi is a Serbian former intelligence officer of Croatian descent and commander of the Elite Special Forces Police Unit Special Operations Unit from 1991 to 98. The unit operated under the State Security Service within the Ministry of Internal Affairs of Serbia. Simatovi is, along with former head of the State Security Service. The retrial before the UN Mechanism for International Criminal Tribunals commenced on 13 June 2017. On 30 June 2021, he was found guilty under counts of murder, deportation, forcible transfer and persecution as crimes against humanity that occurred during the Bosanski Sumak ethnic cleansing, and sentenced to 12 years in prison. Simatovi was born in Belgrade into a Croatian family. His father Pero Simatovi was born in Dubrovnik, his mother Nida in Bjelovar. Pero Simatovi was a Yugoslav partisan who after the war became a high-ranking officer in the Yugoslav army, and was one of the founders of Partizan. Nida belonged to the influential family Winter in Bjelovar, and was the daughter of Franko Winter, the founder of a law firm in Bjelovar. The family has lived in Belgrade since after World War II. Franko Simatovi studied at the Higher Police School and University of Belgrade Faculty of Political Sciences. His mentor, colleague and personal friend was Jovica Stanazic. Both were recruited into the State Security Administration immediately after studies, where they quickly rose in rank. During Slobodan Milosevic's rise to power, Simatovi was the head of the department dealing with affairs of American agencies in Yugoslavia. Simatovi kept an office at Stanasac's command center in the village of Magasevac, Croatia, and both men had assumed command of regional forces in western Bosnia. They also led the POK operation in Kazanska Krajina, Bosnia between 1994 and 1995. After the assassination of Zoran Dindic, Stanazic was arrested on 13 March 2003 during Operation Sabre by the Serbian police and handed over to the International Criminal Tribunal for the former Yugoslavia on 30 May 2003. The original indictment against him and Jovica Stanazic was created in May 2003, and was later amended several times. He pleaded not guilty to all charges. Simatovi was accused of committing atrocities against non-Serbs during the Yugoslav wars including persecution and murder. As part of Milan Martek's trial at the ICTY, Simatovi was found to be part of a joint criminal enterprise which aimed to create a greater Serbia including parts of Croatia and Bosnia and Herzegovina. Simatovi and Stanazic were acquitted of all charges on 30 May 2013. However, his acquittal as well as that of Jovica Stanazic had been overturned on 15 December 2015 by the appeals chamber, which vacated the initial verdict deemed faulty as it was based on an insistence that the men could only be guilty if they specifically directed the crimes. On the 22nd of December 2015, Simatovi and Stanazic were granted temporary release. Back in Serbia, the two had to report to a local police station in Belgrade every day and surrender their passports to the Ministry of Justice of Serbia. He and Stanazic were on provisional release from December 2015 to June 2017. A new trial began on 13 June 2017, and is being handled by the UN Mechanism for International Criminal Tribunals, which took over the ICTY's remaining cases as it closes in December 2017. In December 2017, he was granted a provisional release until 19 January 2018. In August 2018, only his co-defendant Stanazic was reported to still be on provisional release and he did not immediately file a motion for an extension of his provisional release after his return to custody. Any provisional release granted to Simatovi has also come with stricter conditions as well and has not faced objection from the prosecution. As of November 2019, Simatovi was still in The Hague attending the trial, while Stanazic remained on provisional release. However, Simatovi was later granted provisional release from March 12, 2020 to August 13, 2020. After his provisional release ended, Simatovi was returned to his UN-run detention unit and again appeared in person for an appeal. Hearing held at a Hague court on August 28, 2020. On the 30th of June 2021, he and Stanisic were found guilty under counts of murder, deportation, forcible transfer and persecution as crimes against humanity that occurred in Bosanski Samaj in April 1992, and sentenced to 12 years in prison, making it the first case of the tribunal in which an official from Serbia was convicted for crimes in Bosnia and Herzegovina.